Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, aka the CozyWulfe. If you like obsessing over BL danme, manga, or manhwa, you've made it to the right place, because that's all I do here, in the form of recaps, reactions, and recommendations. So if that sounds like your vibe, be sure to like and subscribe. Today I'll be gathering up some of the fantasy BL manhwa I've read recently, and maybe you'll find one to pick up yourself, or maybe you've read one already and this will be the perfect chance for you to say why you liked the BL manhwa in the comments. All of these stories are completed, so get your tablets and phones out to binge away. Pygmalion. And yes, I'm going to go with the old adage, if you say it with confidence, it blinds others if it's correct. But seriously, despite the name being hard to pronounce, this is such a favorite on the entire list that I'm going to give you in this video. You can find this one over on Lezen. Pygmalion is one of my favorites because it had me giggling and smiling practically the entire time. Max is a heroic knight and gets turned to stone trying to defeat Medusa. At first, being a statue isn't so bad. He gets a prime spot in the town square and a ceremony honoring his heroics. But as a new festival approaches, people start seeing him as an eyesore. It's at this point that the reader is introduced to Eden. Eden is a shy elf that is seen as kind of a jerk due to the fact that he doesn't talk much. People perceive this aloofness as Eden looking down on them rather than the real reason. He's just incredibly shy. Eden has also been crushing on Max since before he turned to stone. Max would interact and try to include him in their past quests together, which to Max, he barely thought anything of their past besides the fact that Eden didn't talk much and definitely seems like he'll be more boring than the town square where he's currently at. But Max is a stone and about to be tossed to who knows where, so he doesn't really have an option or a say in the matter when Eden takes him home. When Eden and Max finally make it home, what Max encounters is the sweetest person he'll ever meet. Eden moves Max around the house at various points of the day to change his scenery. Eden even tends to his garden just in a way so that Max can watch the window and all the things that happen outside. Kind of like cat TV, but for statues. Max, being a stone statue, is also an outlet that Eden can use to practice talking and interacting with people. But when he tries his skills at making friends by going on a quest, it ends up with him in tears. This also leads to them finding out the very provocative way to get Max to turn human again. The story continues through a heartwarming adventure to Medusa, hoping to make Max human permanently. It has cuteness, humor, and with Max and Eden so smitten with each other, it's hard to dislike this story. Max even proposes marriage before asking Eden out on a date, and I'm just like, the way these boys are so head over heels, it's just so refreshing and such a joy to read. You can find Pygmalion on Lezen. Next, we have When the Magpie Comes on Lezen. This is a story that weaves together fantasy, animal spirits, and a love triangle. Dohan is our MC and the sweetest soul, maybe too sweet. Dohan gives off gullible vibes. He's basically daydreaming about having babies with his hot new neighbor, Sabin, after speaking to him for like 10 minutes? Like, Dohan, really? No wonder you have an evil ex. Dohan falls so fast for Sabin. And it's a bad thing because Sabin is secretly trying to get revenge for a snake spirit that has a connection to Dohan's long past grandfather, all right? Apparently his past descendant saved a family of magpie birds by slaying the snake. The snake is now teaming up with Sabin to enact his revenge on Dohan. But Dohan doesn't live alone. He has a pet magpie, Kongho, that is safeguarding him due to being a descendant of this magpie family that was saved by Dohan's long-lost grandfather. What Dohan doesn't realize is that the moment Sabin comes into the picture, Kongho senses bad energy. So Kongho decides to turn human to better protect Dohan, which his plan to protect Dohan is pretty triggering. Kongho thinks he can be better than what Dohan experienced physically, then his attention will be off Sabin, aka making the bad energy from Sabin rub off onto Dohan. However, as the story continues, Sabin realizes how much he enjoys Dohan's kindness to him despite not knowing his full story. And Kongho comes to terms that his feelings to protect Dohan means letting Do-han decide who can stand by his side. Kang-ho and Sabin even work together to get rid of an evil ex and save Do-han. The biggest baddie is actually the snake spirit that Sabin is working for, so the finale is dramatic, with Do-han having to decide if he can harm Sabin to save Kang-ho, to which Do-han comes to the conclusion he wants both of them, Sabin and Kang-ho. This is when you really start to understand that this isn't a love triangle, but rather a story where everyone gets their happily ever after. When the Magpie Comes is for those who don't want to choose which male lead is endgame, because both are endgame. This story can be found over on Lezen. Dawn of the Dragon on Lezen is about a dragon with tentacle abilities. And yes, I was invested the entire time. This one gave me everything from reincarnation, age gap, angsty confessions, and a dragon who just wants to be with his beloved and have his beloved by his side. Our dragon's name is Hyo-eun, but our main character is Taehyuk, and he is an heir to a powerful family who volunteers to fake being Hyo-eun's long-lost mate to save Taehyuk's family legacy. In this world, Taehyuk's family are the receivers of the dragon's blessings. Essentially, fox spirits, tiger spirits, and even deer spirits bestow blessings upon families who interact with them. So here, Taehyuk is acting as the long-lost mate by trying to get close to Hyo-eun by sitting in the same room, working while Hyo-eun is reading. Taehyuk provides him with medications when he finds out that Hyo-eun is sick. This care Taehyuk is wanting to provide to Hyo-eun becomes real feelings. Our dragon Hyo-eun goes through a full swing of growth. He is giving us crybaby top, hates humans but has good reason to, and he's sick. But the sickness gets better the closer he gets with Taehyuk, so you can't really kick him out. So he kind of has to get close to him. There's so much yearning here on Hyo-eun's side, and the twist that Taehyuk is the real mate from a past life. The flashback in season 2 where you see the full backstory, play-by-play of the past life, which shows that Taehyuk basically raised Hyo-eun and then married him. Yeah, this story just has everything. Dramatic, emotional, and so romantic. Peak BL fantasy, and I loved every minute of it. Dawn of the Dragon over on Lezen. Moving on to Howling Under the Moonlight, a spicy tale that combines werewolf fantasy with more steam than plot. In fact, there is even a whole side character that is left open-ended, which was a bit upsetting because I thought he was pretty interesting, but alas, he's just a side character. Yoon is our main character and a veterinarian who can't help but be drawn to the mysterious Yoon-woo, who keeps showing up at the clinic. Yoon-woo has no pets. So why does he keep showing up? It's very early on in the story that Yoon finds Yoon-woo injured as he is about to leave work, and their relationship starts off hot and heavy, with Yoon-woo initially resistant to commitment. So their relationship stays strictly friends with benefits for a good chunk of their story. As they get closer, secrets start to unravel. Yoon-woo is a werewolf, and he has a hidden past with Yoon. Werewolf politics and a kidnapping plot are all in this story. While the plot can be a bit messy at times, with some questionable decisions and convenient plot devices, the chemistry between Yoon and Yoon-woo is undeniable. If you're looking for a spicy read with that fantasy twist, this one might be for you. I honestly feel this story could be a lot longer, as I saw a lot of potential in the plot. But if you don't take the story too seriously, it has some cute moments, my favorite being the shopping date. Lastly, we have Biting the Tiger, a manhwa available on multiple platforms and is all ages. This is a story with fantasy, reincarnation, and a touch of destiny. Yuno is a rock band vocalist that has a tragic past. He lost his entire family to an accident when he was younger. Yuno finds solace in a friendship with Kyung-hyun. So when Kyung-hyun starts dating Naru, Yuno is heartbroken and determined to sabotage the relationship. But when Yuno meets Naru for the first time, Naru is the sweetest, most energetic person that Yuno can't bring himself to hate him, despite him stealing his unrequited love. Yuno ends up meeting Hanwoo, a tiger spirit who has a tragic past of his own. As their stories intertwine, we see Yuno and Hanwoo finding comfort in each other. There is a reincarnation element that leaves Yuno and Hanwoo's biggest hurdle in deciding if they like each other due to their past lives or because of who they are to each other now. Hanwoo is protective of Yuno, and Yuno is the joy that Hanwoo needs to bring him out of his stoic shell. It's also all ages for the main story, leaving the spice just to the side stories. And I always like it when I can find an all ages story that I can add to the mix of recommendations for new BL readers, or even those not up to age yet for that mature stuff. There you have it, 5 BL fantasy manhwas that offer a mix of romance, adventure, and a dash of that supernatural. Whether you're into mythical creatures or reincarnation, there's something on this list for everyone. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and if you have more fantasy recommendations, be sure to list them down in the comments. Until next time, goodbye!